All right, now we're going to talk about some picking phrases on one string, the top E, which are actually tuned down to E flat, so you got to tune to E flat. This is from a song called Evil Eye, from my first solo album, YNGWIE MALMSTEEN's Rising Force, and here it is. Okay, that was the normal speed, and here it is a little bit slower. Okay, that was something from Evil Eye. I use a very stiff pick. It's a 1.5 millimeter Dunlop, actually. And some people find it hard to play with those, but I find it better for accurate picking. And for that particular thing, I always do something called alternate picking. Down, up. Something like this. So you can get lots more speed. Instead of you only go down or only up, you do one down, one up, or up and down. And you can do all sorts of different things. Here's another example of the alternate picking version, although it's only one note, or maybe you can just slide the finger up and down. And it's a slightly different right-hand technique there. Versus well, it seems like if you play only on one string and play very fast, it seems like I seem to anchor the hand more to the pickguard, whereas when I do like a alternate up and down on a string, it's a little different. I don't know exactly why. Everybody asks me why, but I just find that more efficient for me. Yeah, it's mostly the wrist. It's not the arm, is it? Like that, you know. It seemed to me that my technique sort of evolved very quickly into one way, and basically what I think it is it's basically it's the most efficient way to do it with the least amount of work. It's called I think it's called economical playing or something like that. In other words, you don't move your left hand too much when you do on a fast. You just move it as much as you possibly have to. No more. Same thing with the right hand. So you shouldn't go like this. You should go like this. Very small movements and efficient movements. You know. Aldo Meola has got an exceptional picking technique. I, however, don't use his style at all. He has a completely different way to do it. He doesn't even anchor his hand to the guitar. He plays with his hand totally free. Which is good for him. It's not good for me, and that's why the way I do it is just because that's the way it feels good to me. So in other words, nobody really has to do it in any specific way. Whatever is right for them, you know. I've found. Okay, now I'm going to show you some more or less trademark lines I do on a single string. It could be done on any string. In this case, we do it on E string again, high E, and one of them goes like this. Something like that, and slowly that would be the form of it. Is that was two more strings there, fortunately. Another one I use also very, very often is a downward one. Slowly. That could be done on any string, in any key. In this case, it was an E string, and it was in F sharp minor. Okay, the downward pattern that I showed you can also do up. It would be like this. Versus down. All right, now we're going to talk a little bit about legato, where the left hand does most of the work and this one does very little. One example would be, you know, you can do, or you can pick it as well if you want. That's without, this with the picking, this is without. That could be done in all sorts of different ways. This was an E minor on the E string only. Okay, here's a good example on how little the right hand actually means when you play legato. You can even put your right hand over here and just muffle the strings and do whatever you want. Whatever you want, you know, stuff like that. And you can do that on all strings too, but we're talking about the one string now. And here is just an example I'm going to improvise now, where it's very little picking. It's just basically a picking for each 3 or 4 notes, and most of the work is done with the left hand. You know, you can do it something like this. Here's an example of a harmonic minor scale on all strings, and it's off of a track called 1622, Overture 1622, from my new album Magnum Opus. It goes something like this. Okay, here's the same example, a bit slower, you know, slowed down.